In 2014, Ethan and his wife Danny went to Vancouver Island for a weekend getaway. They had camped there many times before. The beaches, the dense forests, the solitude, it was all familiar. Yet this time, everything was different. They set up camp on a beach far from any roads or civilization. Only the sand stretched for kilometers in one direction, and the forest rose like a dark wall behind them. Earlier that day, they had met another camper, Leon from New Zealand. He had parked his van up on the road and planned to sleep there. Ethan and Danny invited him down to their campsite. The three shared a bottle of wine and talked while the wind whispered through the trees. As the sun dipped below the horizon, faint voices began to rise from the bushes at the edge of the forest. They sounded like women, but when Ethan and Danny looked, no one was there. Leon laughed it off at first, assuming it was distant hikers or other campers, but the voices didn't stop. Night fell. Leon decided to return to his van, leaving Ethan and Danny alone. The voices continued, strange and unintelligible, like two entities speaking, but not in any language they could recognize. They tried to stay awake, tending the fire, trying to convince themselves it was nothing, but the forest felt alive. Every rustle of leaves, every crack of a branch made their hearts race. Hours later, exhausted, they lay down. But just 15 minutes after closing their eyes, they heard footsteps. Heavy, deliberate footsteps coming from the forest, moving in ways no human could. Around the fire, around their tent, back and forth. The voices came again, now louder, overlapping gibberish that sounded almost mocking. They weren't walking like humans. They weren't using any tools or making light. They were there and then gone, moving in impossible ways. Frozen, paralyzed by fear, Ethan and Danny could only wait. When the sun finally rose, they packed their things silently and left. They never returned. Sometimes survival means saying nothing at all. Months later, far away in Utah, Kylie and Josh were hiking through dense forest, looking for curiosities. What they found made even the bravest shiver. Bones scattered along the trail, animal parts arranged in strange formations, a deer skull surrounded by legs forming a pentagram. The forest itself seemed alive. Trees moved without wind, shadows shifted strangely, they lost their way, their phones offered no help. Then came a scream. Not human, not animal, but something else entirely. They ran, heart pounding, lungs burning. Josh swore he saw a massive black figure following them, too big to be human. They made it to their car by sheer luck. In northern Germany, two friends hiking in the former territory of the German Democratic Republic discovered strange periscope-like pipes jutting out of the forest floor. Behind a wooden lid, hidden by bushes, was a doorway. It led to a massive abandoned army bunker. Tunnels twisted like a labyrinth. Walls were covered in cryptic writing. Help! Hello, Satan, I love you. Some rooms were flooded, reeking of decay. One single shoe stuck in sludge hinted at someone fleeing in a hurry. Every corner screamed that something was not right, something left behind, or maybe still watching. Finally, in 2016, Bill, an avid hiker in upstate New York, discovered a duffel bag in the woods near his brother's property. A foul smell came from inside. Before he could investigate, a large man appeared, claiming the bag contained his hunting kill. But Bill felt something was wrong. Dead bodies don't smell this soon. The man followed him. Bill ran through the forest, leaves crunching underfoot. Silence pressed down on him, every pause making his pulse race. He hid in an abandoned house, barely breathing, listening to footsteps moving room to room. Darkness pressed in from all sides. Eventually he escaped, but he would never forget the sense that something unseen was still out there. Across all these stories, one question remains. Was it human or something else? The line between human and the unknown blurs. Entities move differently. Voices sound human but aren't. Shadows watch in silence. The woods, the night, the unknown, they are alive in ways we cannot understand. The safest decisions are sometimes quiet ones. Curiosity can be deadly. Silence can be the difference between life and death. You may never know the answer, but the fear is real. And when the night is silent, the question lingers. Are you alone, or is something watching?